So YouTube family, Myles Garrett shades Shedeur Sanders and disses Shedeur Sanders and then loses his marbles.
Yeah, I expect to run back to Defensive Player of the Year. So I'm keeping both of those things in mind. I have to be the very best player I can be every single day, whether we're practicing or playing. As soon as I step foot in the building, I have to be the best version of myself and the best leader I can possibly. I think Joe looked like Joe. I mean, I'm happy that he went out there and got a win. He played how we know he can, and so he made plays when they needed him to. Got the ball out quick, put on the money down the field. Looked great. And it makes me see that, whatever offense that they're committed to running to produce wins, doesn't see that, Joe is going to be the most productive in their offense. So they want to move the pocket a little bit. Maybe his style and what he does doesn't fit us as we want to run it. That's what I see.
I'm speaking to you, Jared. Mr. Garrett, make it happen. Dak Prescott is leading our team right now. I need you to take Tony Romo, take a couple picks, and give them to Cleveland so you can pick me up, please. I love to play in Dallas. Just make it happen.
Check this out. 5 sacks, single game franchise record. I'm telling you what, unbelievable.
And the fastest ever, or the most sacks, I should say, for a player under 30, but he's upset because
I see a young quarterback that's fighting. I see a young team that's fighting, and all across the board. So, we all got to help each other. And, there's no one on the outside who's going to help us. There's no one who's going to come in with a magic cure-all. So, we have to rally together and find the best way to win. As a unit, as a team, because we're the only people who can get out of this. We dug ourselves in this hole, so we gotta keep on working to get out of it.
Like kind of close to getting to where you want to be in terms of getting a chance to play this game.
I don't think playing or not playing, is in my hands. So I think based on the situation, it's if things happen, things pan out where I play, then I'll be out there and I'll be ready to play. So I'm ready to play right now.
I expect to run back.
He's ready to play right now. Shedeur Sanders, ladies and gentlemen. Look, we're about to get started with one of these great videos that I love dropping for my beautiful people. You support me, I support you. I could use a donation, but the real donation is you smashing that like button right now. Show that algorithm they can't keep suppressing people like us who speak this truthism. Because even if they do, the truth is still going to be hidden. Now, I think Myles Garrett's heart has been broken for so many times because that weak nigga holds his heart on his sleeve.
Mama say it's my fault, I wear my heart on my sleeve. Niggas bless up on my
Now, YouTube family, let's talk about what really went down in the Cleveland Browns game today. Can we do that? Let's talk about after the Cleveland Browns humiliating loss to the New England Patriots, because this right here was telling. Myles Garrett, a player we've been told for years is supposed to be the heart and soul of this defense, once again showed us where his loyalty lies. And that's with losing. Instead of holding his teammates, Dillon Gabriel, accountable, you know what I mean, guys? Instead of speaking truth about what's wrong in the locker room, he throws tantrums while defending scrubs like Dillon Gabriel. Dillon, the same quarterback who's been absolutely terrible these last few weeks. Now, let's make it clear. Garrett didn't have the same energy when it came to Shedeur Sanders. No one word of public defense, not one sign of support. Now, before I show you all that, I want to go to where he disses Shedeur Sanders, and I want you guys to tell me, can you encrypt it and tell me if I'm exaggerating? Because in the first part of this video, I played it where he in totality. So you don't say I took him out of context. He talked about the young guys needing all the support, meaning i.e. Dillon Gabriel, leave him alone. He even referenced our young quarterback. He didn't say quarterbacks with an S, plural and all that. He made sure to say quarterback, i.e. Dillon Gabriel. So that means he's telling people, stop messing with Dillon Gabriel. It ain't like Shedeur can come here and save us. We're not waiting on him. Listen.
There's no one on the outside who's going to help us. There's no one who's going to come in with a magic cure-all. So no, we have to rally together and find the best way to win. There's no one on the outside who's going to help us. There's no one who's going to come in with a magic cure-all. So no, we have to rally together and find the best way to win. There's no one on the outside who's going to.
There's no one. He's telling you there's no Shedeur Sanders, and I don't care what you guys tell me. Now, I don't hate Myles Garrett. I speak the truth about him. This is going to be one of these long videos with nothing but facts. Spare me your feelings. All you people who are in love with guys like him, I'm the wrong channel to be on. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, let's show you another thing before I go off, because I need to show real receipts, but let's go to a particular receipt. You guys are going to be like, bro, he always defends Shedeur. No, he doesn't. He gets on TV about Shedeur when he's asked about Shedeur. He doesn't get on there trying to defend Shedeur. He has never done a press conference trying to speak highly or out in a way against the detractors or factors, whatever, who are holding Shedeur against the promise, the legendary status, or quote unquote Dillon Gabriel, the perfect timing. He holds back from that and gives the political answers. I'm going to show you receipts after receipts where all his videos talking about Shedeur Sanders never had anything to do with Shedeur being a starter, Shedeur being given chances. He's never defended Shedeur. And when he talked about Shedeur was way before the season. And I got the receipts. You tell me, does he defend Shedeur on these videos I'm about to play? Or is he out there being a politician in November? And we are in November.
I ain't gonna lie, I wanna feel one of your swipes though. Like one of his aggressive, like, grabs.
Right.
I wanna just see if I could get out of it though.
Well, you a good kid. I don't want.
Hold on. Before I continue playing that entire clip, did you notice the one teammate who got out of the scene? He got uncomfortable because Shedeur is on the big screens next to Myles Garrett. You're going to say that dude had humility, so he got out the way. No. Majority of the teams in that locker room are tired of Shedeur. You don't think when Shedeur was at Colorado, I didn't get a lot of videos and things of people giving to me of haters on the team against Shedeur? I didn't want to expose all this because I knew that type of – I like Boulder. I like Colorado. Even if Deion Sanders decides to leave, I fell in love with that team all of a sudden. I started as a bandwagon fan, and I'm going to keep Colorado as my little heart. So at the end of the day, I didn't want to sabotage their season. You know what I mean? I fell back and I watched my words. I do expose what needs to be exposed. I just felt like players who didn't like Shedeur, that's a personal thing. We're not going to highlight it. But over here in the NFL level, it should be highlighted. Because I'm letting you guys know Myles Garrett never favored Shedeur. Anything that's bigger than who he is unacceptable.
I ain't gonna lie, I wanna feel one of your swipes though. Like one of his aggressive, like, grabs.
Right.
I wanna just see if I could get out of it though.
Well, you a good kid. I don't want to have to hurt you, bro. We're gonna need you, bro. We're gonna need you.
We gonna need you, bro. The fake hand pat, the fake smiles, but you gonna say that's best friends right there. You people love Shedeur so much because I love him too, but you're like that battered woman who comes out of nowhere and she'll say anything in defense of that man who's doing that, or vice versa, that man who defends the woman who batters him. And that's the relationship you guys have instead of being vocal and honest like me. Shedeur is like the only guy who doesn't know the joke's on him. His teammates know the inside jokes. Why do you think Dillon Gabriel can go out the way and call him an entertainer?
Yeah, I think it's just part of it. There's entertainers and there's competitors. And I totally understand that. And my job is to compete. And that's what I'm focused on doing. Of course, we're doing this mid.
I mean, he's laughing and everything because this is something that was talked about. You really think Myles Garrett and Dillon Gabriel don't speak to each other? Just like the offensive linemen came in defense of Dillon Gabriel. None of his teammates have ever come in defense of Shedeur Sanders. They get on air and do political answers because that's what looks good to the world. They understand Shedeur is too strong with the community. You know, those hoods, those urban neighborhoods that have more of an actual, I don't know how to say it, but like this trend where everybody want to cosplay being us. And let's just be real about it. They love cosplaying being us because we have that magnifying spirit about us. And that's what, you know, Myles Garrett is scared of. He sees Shedeur everywhere. It makes him uncomfortable. You don't believe me? He says political answers about Shedeur.
Shedeur Sanders, as a veteran, what's impressed you the most on how he's approached the game?
All the time he takes, showing up early. Coach's office is easily seen when you walk in the building, and almost every morning you see him in there, talking through plays, talking through schemes with coach to make it.
You're going to call that in defense of Shedeur, but he's not calling anybody out. He's not at least saying Shedeur needs to start, or the very most simple political thing Myles Garrett could have said, Shedeur needs a fair chance. He's never said it, but you guys will look at that snippet. Wow, he said Shedeur comes early to work. Now they're best friends. We're brothers. We're happy and we're singing and we're gonna da-da-da-da. Head ass. Sit down somewhere with that garbage. Not garbage, but garbage. It's pure garbage. It's Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. It's trash day. And you bringing that over here, this redundant dude, this guy?
I think everyone was surprised to see him go to the 5th round. But, he's come to camp and OTAs with a great attitude. He's a hardworking guy. He has a good head on his shoulders.
I told you, he says the same thing. He's a hardworking guy. He has a good head on his shoulders. The typical political answers that you scrubs fall in love with, but you can't trick Bless One. Here goes Myles Garrett again, running for elections on November.
I mean, he's funny, he's optimistic, lighthearted, but he works hard. He takes it seriously, his craft, and he's watching what the others are doing and doing it.
He doesn't say any shit. It's the same thing. He works hard. You say this about everything, but meanwhile, you're in defense of Dillon Gabriel. No, let's keep it real, guys. He doesn't hold the real people that need to be held accountable. Coach Kevin Stefanski. You know what I mean? Has he ever held Coach Kevin Stefanski responsible? I mean, to look at this coach on every corner, just get all the excuse be made for him. This low-level coach who can sit there, and I watch all of you people in defense of this coach, including Myles Garrett. Do you know how we really feel about that, bro? We have to pretend he's the real deal. We can't tell the truth on who he is. He's a clown. That's who Coach Kevin Stefanski is, and you've defended that. You're throwing your helmets. You're having temper tantrums. We don't believe you, sir. Remember that, sir? We don't believe you, sir. You signed $123 million extension. That's all you really cared about. That was your reasoning of trying to be traded. You never really wanted to go to a Super Bowl contender like you lied a couple of months ago. You lied, sir, because you don't hold your organization accountable. Let's just be honest. Instead of speaking truth about what's wrong in that locker room, he came out defending Dillon Gabriel. The same quarterback who has been abysmal and absolutely terrible these last few weeks. But it seems that everybody just pretends to be blind all of a sudden. Now, let's make it clear. Garrett has that same energy when it came to Shedeur Sanders. He doesn't have it. Let's just be real. Not one word or public defense of this guy. Not one sign of support. He could easily say, yeah, Shedeur is rehabbing. He's ready to go. We got his back. But no, he always rides for Dillon and always say the typical cliche for Shedeur. He's a hard worker and we like him and he got a good head on his shoulder. It sounds like what you say to the ugly chick you don't like, or the sorry kid on Pop Warner football. He's not a good player, so you say these cliche things. Let's just keep it real, because every time, this thing is a pattern now. Every time there's a controversy or poor play at quarterback, Myles Garrett is quick to deflect and defend the one guy the media loves, Dillon Gabriel, because they'll love anything that's against us. And then Garrett goes on camera acting like he's tired of losing, acting like he wants to win this quote-unquote Super Bowl. Yeah, sure. Oh, you don't believe me? This guy went out his way with this Super Bowl scenario, and we know who he is. hang on. Remember he showed us there? He's predicted to win a Super Bowl. Then he talked about his expectation for it.
Yeah, I expect to run back to Defensive Player of the Year. So I'm keeping both of those things in mind. I have to be the very best.
He really wants to be Defensive Player of the Year, which isn't wrong, but like I said, he's a selfish superstar. He's the same guy that cried. He cried like a baby to Mary Kay about his situations. Look, he said to lose the same way every time is frustrating as hell. You don't care about losing for real. It's a stitch you do to pretend and pander. You went over here crying again. This is you, sir. You were asked a lot of these things and you never give a straightaway answer. You blamed Andrew Berry for all of this. Of course, it's cliche for you to blame the black guy. Oh, you don't believe me? Y'all, this is him.
I think Joe looked like Joe. I mean, I'm happy that he went out there and got a win. He played how we know he can, and so he made plays when they needed him to. Got the ball out quick, put on the money down the field. It looked great. And it makes me see that, you know, whatever offense that they're committed to running to produce wins, doesn't see that, you know, Joe is going to be the most productive in that offense. So they want to move the pocket a little bit.
I'm tired of that crybaby, dog. I don't want to hear the man is basically what I'm trying to tell y'all. No wonder people think the NFL is rigged. Myles Garrett, you defend trash, bro. So you really defend a scrub quarterback who's really
big hit from Patrick Queen around the edge. He ran a stunt with Nick Herbig, which got him free. Wow, interesting at the end of that play.
You're a leader, right? You're the superstar of your team, right? You're a starting quarterback, the dwarf, the leprechaun. Not that I have anything against dwarfs and leprechauns. I grew up loving dwarfs and leprechauns, but that's what Dillon Gabriel is. So he's now a thug as well. Why wouldn't you, the superstar of your team, call that out? You didn't even have to call out Dillon's name, but you could have stand on it that that's not what we're about. But we know what's about you and why you don't call out thug behavior.
And here it is.
Well, he tackled Rudolph. Rudolph didn't like the way that he was tackled.
Oh, gosh.
Man.
Oh, man. Oh.
Beyond words, Joe.
Oh, gosh. That's one of the worst things I've ever seen on a professional sports field.
Another one. They're absolutely. I mean, this is multiple game suspension right here.
Yeah, that's why you don't call out Dillon Gabriel. Could you imagine if Shedeur Sanders did that? No wonder Dillon Gabriel is ass cheeks because he got scrubs defending him. And then he has Hall of Fame superstars like Myles Garrett defending him. I'm ashamed by that, bro, because it's like you're supposed to be a brother, but you proved a point. Look at the stats of your quarterback you defended. You defended this man in front of the world. Look at his stats. Your guy, your best friend Dillon Gabriel threw for 75 yards, and he went 11 of 19. Guys, he had 20 attempts at the time. Remember this. So no wonder Mike Vrabel, this is what he said about the coach you refuse to call out. He said Kevin Stefanski has gimmick plays. That's what he said about your coach. Will you really call that out? This is how your quarterback really throws, right? This is what you love.
Oh!
Yeah, because he can't see over the defensive linemen and the offensive linemen. He can't see over it, and here is you with the fake crash out. Give me a break.
Check this
Give
out.
me a break.
5 sacks.
Yeah, you hate losing so much.
Franchise record.
I thought you was about to call out everybody when I seen this.
The fastest ever.
You guys know what I mean? When I seen him doing all that fake crash out, I thought he finally was going to call out everybody. But here goes your scrub superstar Hall of Fame defensive lineman sitting by himself like that weird nigga in school. But I'm just a loner. I'm to myself. Like all this fake ass. Bro, you got the camera watching you, so you're in pretend right now. You did throw shade towards Shedeur Sanders, and I don't care what anybody say. And you literally did.
See a young quarterback this fight.
Listen to what he said and tell me if I'm lying, y'all.
There's no one on the outside who's going to help us. There's no one who's going to come in with the magic cure-all. So no, we have to rally together and find the best way to win. There's no one on the outside who's going to help us. There's no one who's going to come in with the magic cure-all. So no, we have to.
He just told y'all Shedeur can't help us and he ain't got no magic cure, because he has to keep seeing that visibly all of us content creators and supporters like y'all, we're all saying the same thing. Shedeur, if he starts, the offense could look better. He just basically told y'all that, but it's going to be some scrub telling me, bless one, making fake anger towards Myles Garrett, bro. You're fake, bro. Like, shut up, dude. Y'all, I'm tired of y'all stepping fetchings, man.
With the magpies, remember them two nigger birds? I seen a whole, them little nigger birds. What was I supposed to think? They were French birds? I seen a whole fly, big eyes. I seen a butterfly. I done seen little nigger birds. I done seen.
Well, I done seen Dillon Gabriel cry. Head ass, get out of here with that, bro. Look, man, look, that's performance frustration. That's get me a new contract frustration. That ain't performance. That's I need a new vacation. You know, when you didn't show up the OTAs after crying about we need to win the Super Bowl, I'm tired of losing. We thought you were volunteering to be at these OTAs. You took your fourth vacation, really three vacations, but I'm including a fourth one because I'm petty and I pay attention to everything. When you went to that island, I forgot the name of it, but you go everywhere, bro. You choose vacation after that new contract to celebrate instead of digging in and putting real work. Because even if you're one of the greatest defenders we've seen in a while, you need team chemistry. You could have built that, but you take any time off you could because you're a gifted athlete, gifted by the gods. And dudes like you really don't work hard as you could. It might look hard to some people, but guys like me who knows, you take days off, bro. You're a lazy superstar. And yes, you just broke a record, 5 sacks. But it's something about you superstars when you trade teams and you go from a losing team to somewhat an average winning team, you never produce the same numbers anymore that you did on the trash team. So am I saying that trash teams make y'all look good? Yes, goddammit. Garbage teams make any good players look good. That's factual, and I stand on that. I don't care who's crying right now. Let's just keep it, because I'm still bothered by that, bro. Like, you want a new contract, bro, and you got it. It still bothers me about what you did during OTAs, because if Myles Garrett really wanted to win, guys, we wouldn't have seen him skip out on the OTAs to go on these multiple vacations again. Remember that? But y'all did forget. But I'm petty, not messy, but I am petty, meaning we keep receipts. I'm not these groupies and these fanatics. I keep y'all on this accountability thing, because accountability is the best ability. Veterans and rookies out there grinding, and Garrett's on his 3rd or 4th yacht trip of the summer, and you guys are going to give this an excuse? Let's not rewrite history here, guys. This man has never been about building a winning culture in Cleveland. He hasn't. He's been about building his own brand in Cleveland. That's why everything becomes I first in the team. Myles Garrett is a Hall of Fame level athlete. There's no doubt about it. But being great as you're at your position doesn't make you a leader. It does not make you a leader. Shout out to the United States military that taught me that. We don't care about your skill traits and all that. It can't translate into wins. You cannot elevate teams. It's clear as day. He's been on this team for almost a decade, almost 10 years. And what has he really elevated besides himself or his quads and his arms? Because I do want to work out the way he works out, because he's great at working out. But the Browns culture hasn't changed. The same meteorocracy, the same losing energy. Come on, guys. And here's where it gets even deeper. A lot of the Cleveland's real people, the ones in Central East Cleveland and Kingsman Street, the ones in St. Clair, Superior, the ones in Clark Fulton's, the neighborhoods in Industrial Valley and Woodland Hills, they see it, though. I'm talking about those urban neighborhoods who told me that he never goes to the hood. They've been saying it. Myles Garrett doesn't come around the real community. You guys could call it urban community, but he doesn't. He doesn't volunteer where it really counts. He loves to talk about the community, but it's always a photo ops. It's always in the safe spots, you know, the Mayo events that takes him, and they might get some buses to get the hood kids to go there, or usually your parents have to spend money. You know, the typical. It's never in the actual hood. That's not leadership. That's image consultant, and that's image management, his PR team. And what's worse, he seems more focused on being accepted in circles outside of his own community. Can you actually lift up those people who look up to him the most when he got drafted? Can you pay attention to that? Can you understand that he doesn't regard them as favorable people? He doesn't. See, that's the problem with these so-called team captains. They'll tell you the cameras, you know, everything that you need to hear about the cameras. When the cameras cut on, they're all about winning. But when the team is getting exposed, such as Shedeur Sanders, like today, their actions say something different. Garrett defending Dillon Gabriel after that kind of loss, that's not loyalty, that's politics. And I'll say this, I would never tell my kids Myles Garrett is a role model, because a real role model stands up when it's hard. You guys understand where I'm coming from? They don't just stand up when it's convenient. A real leader defends everybody in that locker room. They don't pick and choose who they like the most, like Coach Kevin Stefanski does with his boyfriend, Dillon Gabriel. Not just the ones the media tells him to protect, because we know he pays attention to media, Myles Garrett. So he's going to go with what the media loves the most, which the communities of racists and haters, they love Dillon the most. So when Myles Garrett talks about accountability, I don't hear leadership. I don't hear him calling out the people like Jimmy Haslam or even the real guy, which is Dillon Gabriel and Coach Kevin Stefanski, or Tommy Reeves and Billy Musgraves. He doesn't talk about it. I hear performance. That's what I hear. When he says he wants to win, I hear negotiation. When he defends Dillon Gabriel and stays silent on Shedeur Sanders, I see exactly what's going on. Selective loyalty, ladies and gentlemen. And Cleveland fans, deep down, you see it too. You see it too. Because Shedeur, well, if ever he's been in that position of getting the same level of media protection and teammates defense that Dillon Gabriel's get, then this whole team dynamic would be different. But right now, Myles Garrett loyalty is showing. It's really showing. And it's not to the city, not to the truth, and definitely not the Shedeur Sanders. Man, you guys let me know how you feel about this whole thing. It's getting redundant. I'm a little tired of this. I don't know what more to say about this predictable stitch. It is what it is, man. I'm DJ Bless One, the best one, and his heart has been broken for so many times.
Heart been broke so many times.